Hey, Clark here at Victory Bicycle Studio. I want to show you all, you checked out the video on the new Enve Custom Road. This is the special Scicon case, obviously branded Enve, but made for this bike. It's obviously with that integrated seat mast and that front end one-piece system. This is going to be pretty cool. First and foremost, the case, y'all, it is, the swivels that it's on are awesome. So super easy to navigate. I have a feeling when we load it up, it's gonna get better. But hey, this is totally raw. There's no, we don't have any video editors here on staff yet. So we're gonna see how long this thing takes to box up like we're heading out for travel. One of the things I'm excited about the bike is how easy it is to fly with. So, we are going to find out together. Full disclosure, I did unpack the bike, so I got a good idea of how this goes. But aside from that, it's pretty easy instructions right here on the inside. I mean, literally, that's the entire instructions. There's no like multi-page handout. So, the only thing you're going to need for this is I guess it'd be a 5 or 6 millimeter, whatever we need to get these wheels off. Other than that, you don't touch a thing. Not the pedals, not the saddle, not the bars. So let's do it. The 6. Go ahead and hold on to your through axles because we're actually going to use these to affix the bike in the case. It is funny, traveling enough with bikes, you learn to like do this in the lobby of the hotel, but like trying to do this in the confinements of a hotel room is sometimes a little more challenging. Just taking the wheels off. Again, set your through axles aside because you're going to use them again in a second. I'm going to be careful because the matching logos look so good. Now that we've got the wheel out, I am going to go ahead and shift up a couple gears easier in the rear. I'll show you this neat little device on here. The way it holds the rear stays. It keeps the derailleur a little more inboard, so it's less reluctant to get hit from the outside. So I'm just moving in a couple clicks. That may not be the exact number of clicks, but we'll figure it out. So, first things, I'm gonna get the front end situated right here on the fork mount. The rear, I'm just going to lightly rest, but I wanna go ahead and, just so I can get this out of my hands, sink in the same through axle, back in. Again, there may be a little fumbling, but I'll try and keep it to a minimum. That's it. Now, the rear. I do like the way this case, like, it wouldn't be a clamshell. What's it called when it totally opens up? Like an open face sandwich. I don't know. But it totally opens up, so it's easier to get in. Again, if you can, see how, take a look at that. See how I was talking about, there's almost like this little spot to go ahead and shift inwards. I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple more clicks because I'm looking at where that pulley is and aligned. And again, the idea here, guys, is just to keep the derailleur a little more inbound. Cool. Now, ultimately, look, if we were going on flying, you would take the battery off, or the batteries off. So, rear's in. Let's go ahead and affix it with the same through axle. Let's see here. Pretty cool. Huh. Trying to get this thing aligned. So definitely Oh, I see what we're running into. So we're gonna shift the derailleur actually out a little bit. I'm running into where that cage is keeping it. Try that. Basically, I never try and force anything. If you're met with any resistance, it's probably something else. So there, the bike's in, y'all. Next step, we've got all these little restraints to keep the bike in place, like this saddle cover that's gonna go over. This goes over the top tube. You've got that beautiful custom paint. This is so when we put these restraints on the bike, it's not going right against that pretty paint. Handlebar, everything's marked. It's pretty darn simple. There's not pipe insulation and stuff all over this bike. Awesome, that's done. So you've got restraints here that hold the handlebars in place, and these go just like so. I'm not gonna snug it up or anything yet. What we're doing is essentially just anchoring that bike down. Big old clips, easy to handle. So when you're running late to the airport, all we're doing, keeping it in place. Same thing with this little saddle cover. Ooh, you know what? I bet before we do that, we'll go ahead and do it just to see. We're all learning together. Yeah, the wheels. Wheels go in each side. Always let your pressure out of the tires first. If not, you may get to your destination with some blown tires. That's just a little tip. Man, this thing is so simple, right? Like, whoa. So I think what we want to do in the future, Lynn, I tell you what, you want to hold that side with one hand for me? I think in the future when we do this, probably put the wheels in before the restraints. Because I think that's what just happened. But pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. That's exactly. So check that out. That holds that there. This last one. Man, how cool is that? And then lastly, zip her up. There's a dude waiting at the door. That's funny. Hey, I don't know how long that took, but for the first go, man.
8.5 minutes.
8.5? And then, dude, you got these straps for getting it around. Again, the swivels rock. That's cool. That's the Enve Custom Road.